but it's the truth, and I feel like I need to get it out there, and I think I need some people to know, because I can tell that I know they're worried about me. I know they won't tell me they're worried about me to my face, because I think it hurts a bit to admit that they're as worried as they are about me. And I know they're worried, I can understand why, but I just want you to know that there's nothing to be worried about that way anymore, because I'm fine that way. I'm not that stupid person. Yeah, I might randomly get the scissors and go over my arm, but it won't cut. It will just be a closed scissors, just run it over your arm just to feel the cold and to feel that kind of pleasure that you get from it. But it's not bleeding, it's not scarred, it's not cut, it's just the feeling of something cold and sharp going over your skin. Is sometimes it helps a lot, but it's not often I do it anymore because I'm getting better. So if any of you want to stop now, because this is not going to be nice, the next part, because it's truly what happened to me when I was 14, I advise you to stop now and just finish watching this video. I will give you the chance in a minute, but let me first explain quickly why I'm going to give you the chance to stop. Right, the reason I'm giving you the chance to stop this video is because it's not nice what I've got to say. You might not want to hear it, you might want to hear it. If you want to know who I am and why I'm like I am, then listen to it. But if you don't really know, and if you don't want to know the cruel things that people actually do in this world, don't listen to this video, because it really will, it might trigger somebody, and I don't want to be I don't want to be the reason someone's just gone and self-harmed, or the reason someone's crying tonight. I want to be the reason that someone's gone, if that person can do it, I can do it too. Because I found that person. I found the person, I watched them, and I thought, no, if they can conquer it all, and if they can be as good as they are, and as happy as they are, and have the life they have now, why can't I do it? So here's your chance to stop the video, because this next part is not going to be nice. It's not coated in fairy dust. It's the darkest part of the darkest stories you can imagine. It's the parts of real life that nobody talks about on TV. Nobody talks about actually this happening. You hear it once in a while when something serious has happened. This is something you don't hear often. So here's your chance to switch off. Right, so I'm guessing, if you're still listening and if you're still here, you want to know why. So, here we go. Now, excuse me if I stop crying or if I pause, because I find this hard to talk about myself. So, here we go. When I was 13, I got myself onto a website that a few of my friends were on at the time, and I talked to them on there because I can't see them anymore because they've moved up to Scotland, which for me is, I can't afford to get there, they can't afford to get back down here to visit, so it was nice to keep the communication there and keep talking to my friends. However, along with this, I also met some random people my age on there, and some of them are friends now. Even though I've never met them, I just chat to them, I know they're friends, and we just laugh to each other online. But then, what you forget at the age of 14 is there's some people on the internet who are not who they seem to be. They're not everything they say they are, they're not the age they say they are, and that's what happened to me. So what it's basically called is it's called internet grooming, and yeah, for anyone who doesn't know what it is, I advise you quickly pause this video and look it up, because there's a lot of different things within it, and it's going to take me too long to explain why and what it is, but I'll explain what happened to me. So if you want to pause it now, and go and research internet grooming. Right. Now I'm guessing if you know where it is, then hello and thank you for still being here. And if you didn't know what it was before, I hope you have some idea now so you can understand this a bit more. So basically, I found that I was talking to this boy. his name was said to be Alex, and he, at the time I was 14, and he was, I think, said he was 21, and I was like, that's 6 years. I was like, oh, 6 years is not huge, but it's not it's not like, I know it's not, I knew it wasn't tiny, but I knew it wasn't like ginormous, because I just thought, well, it doesn't matter. But then we just talked and talked and talked, and it was lovely. I felt like someone actually took an interest in me, like someone wanted to listen to me, someone cared for what I had to say, and it was amazing. But then things changed a bit. We started having really odd conversations, and we started talking. Well, we both, he kind of started flirting with me, so at the age of 14, you just, all my friends had like boyfriends. Everyone was talking about like sex and everything like that, and I was the one of the girls in my year that didn't do it or didn't have a boyfriend. So it was hard, because you constantly feel pressured that that's the norm, that you should have a boyfriend, that you should understand everything about sex, that you should understand all that. And I'm 18, I still don't understand everything about it, to be quite honest. And that doesn't bother me anymore. I'm like, no, it's who I am, I'm happy being who I am. But yeah, so at the time, we just kind of started talking to each other. We were talking turned into flirting, and then I done a stupid thing and I got a webcam. And looking back now, it was the worst decision I could have ever made in my whole life. Because getting a webcam opened up something to me that I never thought I would do. But at the same time, it was really odd how it made my self-esteem go up. Because I would go on cam, talk, yes, I'd be clothed. I would go on cam, talk to him, just have a laugh, just mess around. I used to draw silly signs. Like, what did I used to do? What was the one I done? I think I done one that just was like, it was a cheese. Oh, it wasn't cheese. It was glasses drawn on a piece of cheese. Yeah, it was cheese. Glasses drawn on a piece of cheese, because I was bored. And we just laugh. But then things kind of stepped up a bit, and all of a sudden it was one night he asked me if anyone else was home, and I was like, no, because it was what day was it? It was a Thursday. It was one of the nights where, Wednesday, because my brother was out, my dad was in work, and my mum was out. So I was in the house on my own. That's the night everything changed. He asked me to do something for him, and bearing in mind I was 14. I was already all over the place because I was stressed. Stuff had happened. I haven't talked to one. I didn't talk to one of my. I haven't been talking to one of my friends for a year at this point because of something that happened with her, and I was losing all my friends. My grades were slowly going down in school, and I couldn't cope with much. So I went along with what he wanted, and what he asked me to do at the time was, I'd go on cam, and I go on cam and we'd talk for a bit first, and then he'd start asking me to take my clothes off. And me being 14, vulnerable, and not completely in a state of mind to know what I was doing, I went along with it. And looking back now, I really wish I didn't do it. But I can't change that part of my life. No matter what I do now, that part of my life is never going to change. That's something I've done, and I'm going to have to live with it. And the worst part was, I just don't know why I did it. I think it's because it felt like someone truly cared for me. He'd say I was beautiful. He said it didn't matter that I weren't as skinny as all the other girls. And